Patricia, I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure, but probably because of the connections. Because I've been using Replit for 4 hours already, and I hardly experienced any difficulties. So probably because of the internet connections, that Replit may act up like that. Yeah. So with this, can you make it so it repeats every 5 minutes? Well, probably I can make a time functions. I can actually like import like a time, right, like a timer, right? But just don't want to go ahead. I can actually import the timers and then put like system. I can actually import timers and then there's something sort of like with this libraries. But I don't want to do that in this case because it's not within the scope. We haven't even learned about import not yet. So I just want to stay low a little bit. And if you think about like for loop is something like simple, but yes, simple things can build up. It's a simple things. It's about connecting the simple dots that builds up a bigger and more complicated system, right? So yes, after this, I will also. So let's say I want to. So this you can do this in 5 times. So let's look about some. So let's actually look into some applications of for loop. Say, you still remember if I want to print something on the same line, I do something like hello world dot a, right? Hello world times a, right? So times 7, right? Do something like this. Oh, so it prints hello world 7 times on the same line, right? We should do like something here. Cool. It's I defined. I is like a loop index. Is a variable. So in Python, well, nothing should data. You don't need to define a data type, right? In Java, C, C++, you definitely need to define data type. But I is like I said, it starts from 0. So it starts from 0. I starts counting at 0, and so on and so forth. Iterates eval is more like it helps evaluate like what sort of integers that is. So if you do eval, if you don't do eval, maybe if you don't do eval, it's the accepts the whatever you enter as like a string, but it hardly can do operation for you. So something like this. So say if you want to like you do like input, enter a number without an eval. Let's see if you can perform some operations on this. I'll also comment down this one. So enter a number. I'll say 8. No, it doesn't perform operations on you. Why? Because when you enter eval, when you enter input something like this, when you enter a number like 8, this is stored as a string. This number 8 is stored as a string, and then you perform 8 plus 7. You cannot perform operations like you cannot perform addition operations on a string unless unless this addition operations you do it with another string. So 8 plus 8 would be 8 plus 8. So expectedly, if we were to enter something like this, whatever numbers I enter right here, like number 10 right here, it will print out 10 plus 8 because 10 is a string. So say let's do that. So let's do 10 right now. It prints out 108. Why? Because I specifically say that like if this 10 is interpreted as a string plus string is going to give you another string. String is a rice cake. It's sticky. This process is still again called string concatenations, right? Oh, Max. Yes. Yes. Yeah. We're just gonna. Yeah, we can pause a little bit. We can pause a little bit for some questions. But yeah, I'm just explaining for what exactly is the eval is. Yeah, we're not going any further in that, but just explaining what what eval is, right? So again, eval helps you evaluate an integer or float. So if you were to enter something like a number like this, and you want to perform operations on the number, it can be impossible because like whatever numbers you enter is a string. It's not an actual integer data type or float data type. You cannot perform operation on it, right? So what you can do is that you can actually do the eval like here. Yeah. Awesome. You can perform some operations. No, Max, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. We're not going. This is just like some side note. Don't worry, you're fine. Okay. So, what concept that got you most confused? Don't get discouraged. What concept do you get most confused about? Yeah. All of it. Mm, well, I mean, I've already. Have you received this? I mean, at the end of the sessions, I can send you like the copy of whatever the note I have right now. This is basically a note I have like since the start of the session since last week. So yes, I can actually send you. You can actually take a look at it and like try to review them on your own at your own time. Yeah. So let's stop this. Okay. So yeah, that's demystify what the eval part is. Yeah, okay, that is weird. That's kind of a bit weird, but yes. At the end of the sessions, please please remind me so that I can also share this link for Idris and you. Yeah, if any of you are interested, please remind me of that, and I can actually share this just to click on the button to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, playing around the code, that's nice. Yeah. Just experiment with the code and see. Awesome. So this is a for loop. Requesting basically just like some primitive examples of for loop for you guys. Now we're now going to try to get into some variations of for loops. So yeah, you can definitely make them games. Definitely learning about for loop will make you like definitely is like one of the backbones of making a game most of the time. Yeah. So you say you want to write a sequence. You want to generate a sequence. Generate a sequence of number. Oh, come on. From 0 to 10, right? You want to generate a sequence of numbers from 0 to 10. You can actually use a for loop in this case. To say for I in range, come on, no, 10. You can do print I. So this, believe it or not, will generate a sequence of number from 0 to 10. Come on. What is it? Oh, I need to reset Replit again.
Okay, guys, go pee.
Awesome. Cool. So 0 to 9. Sorry. This, believe it or not, was generate the sequence from 0 to 9 for you. Just like we're right here. Right? So before that, let me explain why inside of for loop we actually do the print I, right? So again, let me make one thing clear. So I is what we call the loop index. It's basically one of the backbones components of the for loop. You can change the I to something, anything you want. You can actually name it J. It would do the same thing. But what every single for loop should have like a loop index. Why? Because the loop index is the one that initializes what inside this. This basically initialize what is it's gonna be like the one important. There's a lot of applications. I cannot really list all of them. But one of the primitive applications of for loop is to generate a sequence, like some related sequence from 0 to 9. So let's dissect this for loop in more details. So print J. So again, just if you guys don't remember, computer again starts counting at 0, right? If the computer starts counting at 0, oh, come on. If the computer starts counting at 0, J initially is assigned a 0. Well, again, 0 is actually a special number in Python. 0 and probably 1. And probably 1. Yes, 0 and 1. It's a special number. Computer actually reads the sequence of characters or strings and everything is stored in 0 and 1. So yes, 0 and 1 may hold a special place in Python and programming in general. Infinity maybe. Infinity I don't. There's infinity like macros I think in C and C++ that I use quite often. It's actually it's actually associate like like when you set a limit to something, when you want to use more complex problem with floating point calculations, and you want to set a limit to something, you often refer to infinity. Yeah. So infinity. I know about Python, but in other languages, C and C++, there's infinity macro there. Like there's a library that include that. But aside from that, let's go back to this one. You can say that. I mean, when I say special is that I always want to remind students that computer starts counting at 0. Yeah, it doesn't special in a way because that's why computer 0 and 1 are stored in binaries because electronic devices can understand things more, in a much more faster manner using 0 and 1 things in binary, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm that nerd. But yeah. So again, let's go back to this subject. So for J in range 10, again, if you don't know about it, I will explain why this starts at 0 again. But J generally takes a number from 0 first, and then at every single iterations, it adds up 1. It adds up by 1. So at the first iterations, J is equal to 0. At the second iterations, J is equal to 1, right? So on, and so forth, right? So on and so forth, At the last iterations, J is equal to 9. And then that's it. When J is equal to 9, it exits the loop, and then it returns to the command prompt. So that's why we want to generate a sequence from 0 to 9. Just put a 10 here. And I will explain why with a 10 here. You want to generate a sequence from 0 to 9. If you know or if you determine that the maximum number or the last number of your sequence is this number, by which in this case is number 10, you always want to add 1 in there, right? You always want to add 1 in here. So because you know that the last sequence, the maximum number, or basically the last sequence, the number in your last sequence is 9. If you add by 1, so 9 plus 1 is give you 10. You can successfully generate a sequence by 0 to 10, so 0 to 9. Sorry, yeah. So it's just basically how that works. There's some other loop variations that can be somewhat very interesting. You can generate a sequence from 0 to -9 as well, which I'm going to show you in a second. So if you want to generate a sequence from 0 to -9, you could put the 0 right here, or you can actually put 0 and then -10 and -1. This will help you generate a sequence from 0 to -9. Let's take a look. Patricia, I don't know when you left, but we just talked about the for loop and the variations of for loop, what it does in general. So this is just one of the variations of for loop, and there's other tons of variations of for loop. These are just some primary examples of the for loop variations. But essentially, J is gonna take the values when you initialize something right here. J does not always 0. J does not always take the number 0 there, right? You can do some other sort of sequence as well. So say you want to start a sequence from 5 to 9 instead, right? So let's delete this. if you want to start a sequence from 5 to 9, what would you do? Well, because like I mentioned, there's a lot of things in the for loop variations. So the best way to always consult the documentations. In the Replit, you can find documentations of something like this. You enter 0 and then probably the 5 comma. There will be a documentation pop up over here. So right, this is the range functions. This range functions, which is basically what we're using right now. So in the range functions, you see there's a start and stop and the step conditions, right? So let's dissect this thing a little bit. What is the start conditions? Well, if you know exactly that your sequence gonna start at 5, so yes, naturally, 5 is gonna be your start conditions, right? Again, if you know that you're gonna start the sequence at 5, in the range functions, you know that you're gonna put the 5 as the start conditions. Okay. And then if you know that the number at your end sequence, at the end of your sequence is 9, you want to put 9 plus 1 as the end conditions, right? So when you print this, it would give you a sequence from 5 to 9. Iterations, yes, iterations. That's a key word, iterations. At every single at the first iteration. So in this case, at the first iterations, j is not 0 anymore. J is now assigned to 5. So if somebody were to ask me earlier about like when does j initialize, does not need to be initial. Well, j is initialized at the start of the for loop. And what data type is j initialized? I mean, Python does not require you to specifically state your data type, so you don't need to do that. Just need to know that j is assigned to 5 because it's right now it's being assigned to the start conditions, right? So j is equal to 5, and at every single iterations, j increments by 1. J increments by 1. So eventually at the last iterations, j is equal to 9, and that's it, right? The reason why it doesn't include a 10, because in the documentations, again, don't blame me, blame documentations. In documentations, it says that the stop conditions is exclusive. So whatever it does not include whatever number 10 right now. The stop conditions, again, is exclusive. Just like what we did right now on on line 43, we're trying to print with the Don substring, right? So we want to print the Don substring, but if we put a 2 right now, it doesn't include the characters end. It included characters before it, after the end, right? So the stop conditions that we put in, even in the substring, the stop conditions we did is exclusive, right? So that's why if we want to include these characters, we need to increment this by we need to put in the stop conditions the stop index at the one next to it, which is the A right here, which is at the third index, in order to get this everything from 0 to second index, which is a Don substring. Same thing. If you want to iterate the conditions from 5 to 9, then naturally the stop condition must be 10. Why? I don't know. Computer scientists may think of something like this. Probably, yeah. I know. 5 to 9. This will get you whatever you're looking for. Yeah. Somebody might also ask me, so what if you put the 0 right now? Would it be the same as the one as the range sequence from 0 to 9? Well, yes, it does exactly the same thing. It's basically generating the condition starting from 0. So j is assigned first to 0, and then it increments until j is equal to 9, and then it stops there. Okay, you can see there are 10 numbers right now, right? Yeah. Yeah. So it starts from 0 because we state that, right? In this case, we say that we explicitly state that j starts at 0, right? We explicitly say that j starts at 0, right? So if you do something like this, or if you do j in range 0, 10, you got this sequence from 0 to 9. Optionally, you can omit this. You can omit this. Again, why can you omit this? Because general rule of thumb is that computer starts counting at 0. So you can omit that. And this, again, would generate the same sequence, 0 to 9. So for loop understands this implicitly. So in the for loop, it implicitly tells you that you need to do something like this. Yeah, you can omit the 0 comma because, again, computer starts counting at 0. I just want to repeat this over and over and over again so they can actually imprint on your memory much better. Yeah. So you can omit this, or you can explicitly write something like this. This explicit form is helpful if you want to generate a sequence that starts not from 0 but from other numbers, like 7, something like that. So you put like a 7 right here, and voila, some black magics, and then you got this thing. Awesome. I'm gonna stop providing these utilities right now in the session. That's all what I want to say in the sessions, because if I just provide too much utilities, too much of this, it's hard to really digest all in one sessions. So I'm just gonna hold my fire there. But before that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave in the chat. Yeah. Anyone? Idris. Yes, again, like so Idris, again, you asked me like you don't understand you understand that it starts from 5 to 6. But yes, 0, the reason why it starts at 0 is because computer just implicitly understand that. That's it. Yeah. I made a loop that's generating every number from 0 to 3, 3, 3. That's one that's 1 pico. So it's not 1 pico. Yeah. That's not picos, it's billions. No, picos 10 to negative 12. Sorry, picos 10 to the negative 12. Yeah. Anyway, understand half of what you said, and I am proud. I apologize if like I'm getting too fast. I'll get to it because like sometimes like the session is short. I also want to close this up. How do you make an iteration? So Namya, this is the iterations. Whatever you do something here, like this for loop iterates 10 times. So basically, with this for loop, you're making an iteration. Yeah. If you want to make one iteration, yeah, you put some like a 1 in here, and it does one thing there. And writing if for loop is very useful when you have like when you specify the range greater than 1, because otherwise using for loop means nothing, right? Otherwise, you can just straight out like print J and it would just work. Yeah, one time. So yeah, that's how you do it. Any other questions? All right then. I'm gonna stop like providing some more utility there. We're gonna continue that in gonna continue some more in on Wednesday sessions. For loop again is somewhat like you can do a lot of things with the for loop. Say you still remember the program I wrote earlier, like the one with the stars. You put the space type of thing underneath for in range. How do you do that? Oh, did I? Oh, did I? Did I put a space type of thing for in range? Did I? Oh, did I? No, I didn't. I didn't think I did. I didn't think I'd do that. Did I? Huh. Over the class? Yes, we're technically done class. I cannot show your game. I cannot show my game because like it's a school project, and I didn't keep like all this Word documents I have earlier, so I cannot show your games. I cannot show my game. Sorry. But optionally, I can show you like what you generally do in Python. So this is like an audio to text thing. Like this is like text to speech translation stuff. So it's actually pretty cool. Repolex. Oh yes, Repolex. Right. So yes, maybe it would prioritize giving Replit to the student first. So I'm gonna share it. So anyone, just give me your email. Just give me email. Put it in the chat, and then I will send this to people. Or I can, I can also invite. I can also do the copy right here and invite. Oh, and then you cannot do that, but yeah. So with this, invite. User not found. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Sorry. What? Okay, something's happening right now. I need to type this. Dang it. Sazan 204 at gmail.com. I3 Sazan invite. Okay, cool. Okay, I just need to type this thing. Yeah, that's true. I don't know why Zoom doesn't allow me to enter to copy and paste. That's weird. LU4 at gmail.com. So yes. LU4 at gmail.com. Rams KSU at gmail.com. Oh, outlook.com. RamKSU at outlook.com. So 9DKT1 at gmail.com. 9DKT1 at gmail.com. Yeah. So that's done. Is it okay for the job we can click in? Yeah. Yeah. Trisha. Patricia Cole at gmail.com. So cool. Melody T Jefferson at gmail.com. Yeah, I guess I can but I can definitely post the email right now. Yeah, it's actually much easier if it just put my entire to everything. So here's an email to join the link. I think you can actually post in there. Yeah, you can actually do it there. Yeah. There's a link always there. I found that doing the link won't allow you to you need to do it again. But yeah, anyway, copy and paste won't work again. Let's put it on the link. Copy the link. Done it. Awesome. All right then. Well, before we end the sessions, yeah, I thought that I would spend a few minutes showing you. Oh, okay. I thought I would spend a few minutes showing you what exactly the application you can do with this Python stuff, but we'll see. I'll see. 0 CA. Wait, Caleb, were you to do that? Okay. Okay. Okay, Rohitha, I can actually see the link and actually do this for you. I know why it doesn't work on your end, but yeah. Okay. Oh, Vidika, I think you need to join. I think you need to like log in there. Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah. Caleb, I don't know why. Can you join the sessions like on the email or like on the link I put it on the chat, or anyway, I'll just put it you in here. 0 CalebPC0@gmail.com. It's cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So okay. Okay. Abdullah, I think I got you. Yeah. Again, like you can use this link. Yeah. Okay, something's happening here. Anyway, the session is over. Feel free to play around with the code, anything you like, and then we will start sessions on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much for joining the sessions, and may you guys have a great day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'll stop. Share screen. Okay. Yeah, Miranda, I'll check your code. Yeah, I'll check your code after this. Yeah. Thank you.